Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our English slices. Today, we have an important topic that we have to discuss with each other, and it's called learning languages. Actually, if you watch that video, I'm sure that you have or like you need to learn like English language or like you are interested in learning languages as learning languages are very important, especially like these days, like to find a job or like it's an important like soft skill to apply for any job, especially here in Egypt. So we are here like to learn with each other some advanced idioms about learning languages in general. Let's start with each other. Okay, our learning objectives or like the most important things like we will learn with each other in part one, it's understanding common idioms related like to learning languages. As I said, inshallah we will learn like with each other like in part two how to use them in contexts like correctly or like in speaking in general, and you will have the ability like to apply them in real life situations, inshallah. So let's start with each other like with the first idiom. Before we start, we have to ask you an important question. Have you ever like learned a language naturally because like you're living like in a different country or like even in your country? Okay, that's like the idiom we have here. It's called pick up a language. It's like to learn a language naturally or like easily. Like you don't like have courses like in this language or something like that. No. For example, like you live like in Spain, so they speak Spanish. So because like you speak or like you live there for a long time, like 3 years, for example, like you pick up like that language, like Spanish language. So you can speak like Spanish like fluently, or we can say correctly. So it's like the meaning of our idiom. It's to learn a language naturally and easily without courses or anything like that. It's like just by naturally. So our example here is she picked up Spanish while living in Madrid. It's like we can say a little bit like same of the example that I said. Now it's your turn for your own example. You have to make an example in order like to understand the meaning of that idiom correctly. Okay. The second idiom we have here is learned by heart. We have to ask ourselves a question before we start. Do you prefer memorizing words or understanding them like perfectly or deeply? Actually, it's important like to memorize words if you like you are a beginner or something like that, but after that you have to understand them deeply. But here for the beginners, learning like words by heart like is something very important. So here learning by heart means that you memorize something completely. We can say you memorize it more than your name. It's learning by heart. Like in the past in our schools, like we had to like learn like words or like learn like subjects by heart. And here we have an example. He learned the new words by heart. That means that like he memorized like the words like completely. He cannot forget like these words. So it's time of your own example in order like to understand well. Okay, the third idiom we have here. Before we know that idiom, we have to ask ourselves like a question. Is pronunciation like difficult when learning a new language? Absolutely yes. So at the beginning of learning any languages, like you have to learn how to pronounce like words or like difficult words like so easily and like that. So it's like the idiom we have right now. Get your tongue around something. It's like to have the ability like to pronounce like difficult words. We can say or like think about like English words and like that, like characteristics. It's like a long and hard like word in English. So for me as Abdurrahman, I get my tongue around like characteristics in English. Let's say that. And here we have an example too. It took time to get my tongue around French sounds. French sounds absolutely are very hard. So right now you have to make your own example in order like to understand like the meaning of that idiom very well. Okay, the last idiom of part one. Actually, before we learn in any languages, our goal is to be fluent. So when you want to sound natural when speaking another language, I think it's something like all of us love. So here is the idiom we have: speak like a native. Meaning is to speak a language very fluently, naturally. Like when someone listens to you, like he or she say that you are like a native. You're not someone that learns like the language or anything like that. No, like it's your language. So our example here is after years of practice, she speaks like a native. After practice of like questions, grammar, speaking with natives and other people, right now she speaks like a native and like that. So now it's your turn to make your own example in order to make sure that you're perfect in understanding the idiom. And here we reach the end of the first part of learning languages, idioms. I think we have learned with each other some important idioms. Thank you for your attention and hope you found this useful and all the best. Thank you, and I'm waiting for you to watch the next part, inshallah. Goodbye.